It's a matter of time. By announcing a Queen's speech to set out its plans, the government makes it harder for Parliament to stop the clock as the country heads towards Brexit Day on October the 31st, with or without a deal. I met constitutional expert Hannah White on Parliament Square, where else, with 3 questions. First, what is happening?
What it means practically is that MPs and peers will have significantly less time to talk about anything relating to Brexit or otherwise before the Article 50 deadline is reached at the end of October.
A pause, and Her Majesty the Queen.
The Queen's speech ceremony emphasises the tensions between Her Majesty's government and an independent Parliament.
Close the door!
Slamming and banging of doors, a reminder of a sometimes fractious relationship. Although audacious, on this occasion, government ministers appear to have found a constitutionally legitimate way to curb the powers of MPs and peers. So, how does it work?
What we're seeing now is a real showdown between Parliament and government. And what the government's done is quite clever because it really constrains the time available to people in Parliament who want to legislate to try to prevent no deal. If they don't get legislation through in the next couple of weeks, it will fall. They'll have to try again in October, starting from scratch, and getting a bill through the Commons and the Lords in the limited time available, I think, is going to be very difficult. Stop the coup!
With their options narrowing, those who oppose a no-deal Brexit, or even a Brexit at all, will be anxiously discussing tactics. One group of politicians has asked Scotland's top civil court to grant an interim interdict to block the suspension of Parliament. But some believe they may already have missed their chance to delay or stop Britain's departure from the EU at Halloween. So question number 3. Can it be stopped?
I think broadly there are 3 options now. The first is to legislate, but as we've discussed, that's really difficult in terms of the timing. The second is to try to bring the courts into it, but we're really in uncharted territory as to what view the courts would take of a challenge at this point. The third is to try a no-confidence vote in the Prime Minister, which could lead to an election. But the thing to bear in mind there is setting the date of the election is up to the Prime Minister, and that could be after Brexit has happened on the 31st of October.
Both sides in this dispute claim the moral high ground, that their way is the truly democratic way, that history will judge them well. But when the dust finally settles on these extraordinary political events, who, if anyone, will be honoured with a statue here at the epicentre of our democracy? Mark Easton, BBC News, Parliament Square.